Well, hey there. Happy day 1017 of What's You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. Uh, Over a quarter century in corporate America, plus over 4 decades of business ownership and business experience in different industries, like 27 different industries and businesses over the decades that I've been involved in offline business. And in 2017, I had the opportunity to test the waters and go online. And I'd always been curious about it, but I thought, okay, I get the opportunity to do whatever I want right now. I'm too old to go back to the old working world. I had no desire to, but I'm not really old enough to just quit doing anything and to retire yet. So what am I going to do? So I decided I would dip my toe in and check out this online internet world that I'd heard so much about, since the internet obviously didn't go away as it was predicted when it was first invented or first created, not by Al Gore, incidentally, uh, but by the people that began using it and created it. It's here to stay, right? And it's fun and exciting. And it turns out it was a really smart move given all the craziness that's happened in 2020 with COVID and the pandemic and everything. It was a good, solid move, and I'm very appreciative that I made it when I did. Doesn't mean there hasn't been a whole lot of BS along the way, a whole lot of ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. I think it's interesting. People expect that they'll get online and there's going to be an overnight success because there's so much marketing and so much nonsense that's perpetrating that false belief. But it's just like in the offline world. It's not a straight line from deciding I want to start a business and then wow, I'm going to be a multi-billionaire or a billionaire. It's a lot of up and down. And there's a lot of things that you need to learn, and there's all about who you need to become in order to make that happen. And one of the tools that helps us to do that is what we talked about today in the No Nonsense November. As we're getting ready for the next Get Up and Go challenge, December 1st through 31st. I wanted to do something in November, but I didn't know what I wanted it to be. So I thought one of my friends recommended that I share tools that I use every day or often with other people so that they can use those tools too. Or they can say, oh yeah, that sounds like something I'm interested in. I'm going to go research that, find and figure out how to make it work for me, how to add that to my toolbox. So No Nonsense November is all about discussing a tool a day throughout the month of November that you can use to um, benefit you in your life, your work, whatever it is that you want. And I usually like tools that I can use for more than one area or aspect of my life. And a lot of tools that are designed for one area, I actually use in other areas of my life. I've learned a lot of different tools and abilities and skill sets and instruments in my career. And a lot of those I've been able to bring into every aspect of my life. Think of goal setting. Think of meditation. Think of gratitude. Those hit on more than just one area or aspect of our life. The tools of measurement or KPIs, key performance indicators, audits, SWOT analysis, all of those, decision making, problem solving and decision making, how to evaluate alternatives, things like that. All of those have come from not all of them, but many of them have come from my work life, my business life, my education, my engineering education. And I've used those in many areas and aspects of my life. There's nothing more fun than doing a SWOT analysis of your life instead of just of your business, because it's important. It's important to know and focus on what your strengths are. It's important to know what your weaknesses are, not because you're going to fix them, although the world used to tell us we have to fix everything that's wrong with us. It's just the opposite if you want to really be successful quickly. Flip that on its head, build on your strengths, hire or get help or partner up with people to deal with anything that are your weaknesses. It took me quite a while to figure that out, but once I did, everything went so much easier and faster. So today's tool was the emotional guidance system, and it's like the compass for our soul, our being, and our soul and our being, our big person, our who we really are is the true north. It's the north of our compass, and the emotional guidance system is our compass. It's telling us, are we moving toward who we are and who we're meant to be, or are we moving away from it? It's a navigation system. It's like the GPS. I love that GPSs were actually invented because now you can use the comparison, your emotional guidance system is like a GPS, and most people know what you're talking about. Most people have an idea of what you're talking about. And it's done so many things for helping us to do a better job in visualizing and achieving our goals, because we understand that we need to look at where we want to go first, and then we can break it down in order to get there. GPS is a perfect analogy for that. So that was our Get Up and Go challenge lead into No Nonsense November for today. Now, our 365-day fun challenge for today was about drawing a comic strip of our everyday life. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm actually laughing every time I think about it, because I'm thinking it's fun. I'll have to think of something ordinary that I do every day, maybe laundry or dishes, or exercising would be a really fun comic strip. I'll do a comic strip about my daily exercise, or I don't know, I'll think of something, but some ordinary thing. And then tomorrow, sneak peek, spoiler alert, we actually have to add the speaking bubbles to it. So today was about just drawing the pictures, and tomorrow we'll add the comic relief, the actual text to the comic strip, just for the fun of it, something different. I don't know about you, but I don't recall. Maybe I did when I was a kid, but I don't know that I've ever drawn a comic strip. I've drawn cartoon characters, but I've never drawn like a storyline about it. So I think it's kind of a fun, different challenge, especially because we all need some comic relief in 2020. 2020 has been, I can't say it's been the most dramatic or interesting year of my life, but it's been right up there in the top 5 for sure. It's just been a crazy ride, but that's what life is. Life is one big fun roller coaster ride. Sometimes we're going up to the top, sometimes we're sinking down to the low points. It just is. It is what it is, and it's how we deal with that and how we experience it. It really teaches us, who we are and what direction we want to go in. So, fun challenge today. Gift of gab was the idiom today, and I didn't know that gift of gab has been around for so long, but it's kind of interesting, the origin of that particular idiom. And basically, we talked about speaking and communication and building relationships. Are many of them predicated on your ability to actually talk to and listen to and interact with other human beings. And if you want to build and grow your business, it's critical that either you or a spokesperson for your organization has the ability to communicate the vision, the purpose, the principles, the values, the reason that your business exists at all, and build relationships with people. So I guess the word gift to me infers or implies that you're born with it. Nobody's born with the gift of gab. I don't know anyone. I've never heard a story, and maybe there is one. I haven't Googled it, but maybe I'll research. Has anyone ever been born with the ability to speak? Like, did the newborn pop out and just say, "Hey, mama, how you doing?" I've never heard a story about that. I'm sure if it had happened, we would have heard about it, but maybe not. We don't know everything. There's so much information and so much knowledge available, and so much, basically not knowledge, information available to people, that we can just be overwhelmed. So as far as I know, no one has been born with the gift of gab, the ability to speak immediately. So that means, like any other thing, each and every one of us have the ability to learn it. We can learn any skill, any ability. We all learn to walk. We all learn to talk. We all learn to, I like to say we all learn to think for ourselves, but that might be stretching it a little bit too. But we've all learned and acquired skills throughout our life, and speaking is no different. We can choose to be a better speaker. There are thousands of coaches. There are thousands of programs. There are whole organizations, think Toastmasters, that teach people how to be better communicators, how to be better speakers. So that's what I'm working on today. I am going to be brutally honest with myself. I have not been working on my book. Now, I've been thinking about a couple of things, and I think I'm going to use one of the alternative methods that I learned from Jim Edwards to create the segments of my book. But I got to get on it, because I said I'd have it done by Friday, and it is already Tuesday, so I'm burning daylight. So instead of yapping to you, I'm going to say sayonara, adios, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, and I'm going to get to work. If I can help you anyway, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.